Searching for peace? Welcome to Adullam. At Adullam, find the solace you need and the encouragement you seek. A place where your soul can rest and your heart can heal. Embrace the calm and let hope blossom. Adullam, a refuge for the weary. Your journey to peace starts here.
There are seasons where strength is not loud. Seasons where power is proven through restraint. Where ego wants to rise, but wisdom chooses humility. Submission has often been understood as weakness, or rather misunderstood. But sometimes the strongest person in the room is the one who still chooses to submit. Welcome to OURADULLAM, Hope for the Hidden Seasons. Today we are going to be looking at 5 different ways to understand submission. First, I want us to understand that submission is not inferiority. One of the greatest misconceptions about submission is believing it means you are less valuable. Biblical submission was never designed to erase identity. It was designed to create order. Even in nature, there is structure. See, the earth submits to gravity, the tides respond to the moon, the body functions because different organs work together. Submission is not about worth, it is about alignment. And alignment becomes difficult when you are powerful enough to resist. Because almost anyone can submit when they have no choice, but your true character appears when you could dominate, yet choose humility instead. That takes maturity, that takes restraint, and that takes God. Look at Philippians 2 verses 3-4, where it says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interest, but each of you to the interest of the others." Secondly, let us look at submission in the workplace. Submission in the workplace can feel painful, especially when you know you're capable, especially when your boss is less experienced, your ideas are ignored, your effort goes unnoticed, or even leadership feels unfair. And sometimes at that time, pride would whisper into your ears and say, "You know more than them, you deserve better. Why should you listen?" But wisdom understands something pride ignores. Not every battle needs to become a war. Submission at work does not mean tolerating abuse. It does not mean losing your voice. Remember that. But it does mean understanding professionalism, discipline, and emotional intelligence. Some people would sabotage their own future because they cannot handle being led. Yet, even Jesus submitted to earthly authority while carrying heavenly power. Imagine having the authority to command angels, yet still silent before men. Yeah, well, couldn't be me, but Jesus is our best example for that. Look at what he said. Luke 2:51. Then he went down to Nazareth with them and was obedient to them. Lord, have mercy upon us. Thirdly, let's look at submission in relationships. Submission becomes even more emotional in relationships, because relationships usually will touch the ego deeply, because people want partnership until sacrifice becomes required, and submission does not only apply to women. Scripture calls both people into mutual humility. A healthy relationship cannot survive if both people are constantly fighting for control. Sometimes submission just means listening before reacting, apologizing first, choosing peace over proving a point, lowering your tone, or carrying the relationship through difficult seasons. And honestly, submission hurts more when you know you're right, and that is the difficult part nobody talks about. To submit while wounded, to remain respectful while misunderstood, to stay gentle while emotionally exhausted. That requires spiritual maturity, not weakness. But as usual, we have an example. Ephesians 5:21. Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. Next, at what point does submission become dangerous? When submission becomes dangerous, this is it. Submission should never become permission for abuse. God never called people to remain trapped in manipulation, violence, degradation, or destruction. Because some people would weaponize scripture to control others. That is not biblical leadership, that is domination. Biblical leadership that would carry responsibility, sacrifice, protection, and accountability. Even Christ led through service, no intimidation. Submission without love becomes oppression, and authority without humility becomes dangerous. Look at Mark chapter 10 verses 42 to 45. It says, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. Simple. That's just it. Finally, the hardest kind of submission. Submitting to God. That is the hardest submission, is submitting to God. Because God will sometimes lead you where your flesh disagrees, where your pride struggles, where your emotions resist, and even where your plans collapse. Submission to God also may require forgiving people who hurt you, waiting longer than expected, remaining humble after success, or even staying obedient when nobody notices. And sometimes the people with the most power are tested the hardest, because God is not only developing your gift, He is developing your character. Anyone can lead with power, but very few can lead with humility. This would help. James 4:10. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and He will lift you up. So, this is what I'm trying to make us understand, that submission is not always comfortable. Sometimes it feels unfair. Sometimes it bruises the ego. Sometimes it stretches the soul. But humility has a strength pride would never understand. And often, the people God trusts most with influence are the ones who learn how to submit first. Maybe your Eden season is not punishment. Maybe God is teaching you restraint before elevation. This is our Adullam, where Eden seasons still carry purpose. Until next time, bye for now.